Keaon Koloamatangi, only 25 still. Keep thinking he's older. So he is off contract next year. Clubs can speak to him from November 1. Everybody's lining up, as you would. He's had a great year. He's played Origin. The Raiders, Dragons, Roosters, all considering big dog cash around $900K a year.
The Raiders are the big one. They've been linked with him for,
and they've got the
a
money.
little while now, and they should have money, with Jack leaving, obviously. The Dragons are obviously going through a bit of a rebuild with Shane Flanagan, and the Roosters are now potentially in the mix. I think it was Danny Weidler on 100% Footy on Monday night is reporting they're looking at Keaon as a long-term prospect. Obviously, Angus Crichton is off contract at the end of next year. There's been talk about him possibly moving on. Satili Tupanua has had a pretty wretched run with injuries in the last 12 months. He's off contract at the end of next year. Keaon's a fantastic footballer. Obviously been high on him for a long time. And I think he's worth every penny. But it would be, it would add another chapter to the Book of Feuds, wouldn't it?
It would, but even just, I'd hate to be the person who's balancing the cap for the Rabbitohs. So the question, I guess, for us, really ridiculous. Should the Bunnies splash the cash on Keaon? I think they should. They definitely should, because it looks like they still believe they're in their premiership window. You got Trell, White, and Tavita Totola, Graham, Murray, all signed through 2027. Now they do have quite a few guys who come off in 2025. So he's going to have to take significantly less for a while. But if you can afford it and you need, apart from Totola, you need someone else in the pack, I think he's your guy. Yeah,
well, because they've lost Hame Sele. He's obviously going back to the Dragons. Tom Burgess has signed a 1-year extension, which would probably make me believe he's probably coming towards the end of his NRL career, unless he does go and play for his brother over in the Super League to finish things off. But Jai Arrow's the other one that still hasn't agreed to terms, or he's agreed to terms but hasn't signed on the dotted line with South Sydney. He was looking at a contract extension for 3 to 4 years around $800,000 from all reports. Keaon was probably looking at around the same. With Jack Whiten coming in, new deal for Cam Murray, who was already on a decent wicket. Tavita Totola was already on decent coin, and he's playing fantastic footy and signed a long-term deal. Those guys are all going upwards in their salaries. I think it's going to make it difficult for South to keep both Keaon and Jai Arrow. And I said that from the start. And I probably would have thought that Jai might have been the one that did end up moving on. But, if you're to believe the whispers, it looks like it might be Keaon.
It just makes no sense to me.
He's a local junior as well. He's probably not even in the prime of his career yet. And he's already played for New South Wales. He's played for Tonga and carved up. Was one of the players of the tournament last year in the World Cup. And he's established himself as a guy that can play 80 minutes on the edge, in the middle. He's skillful, high work rate. He's everything that you want in a back rower. I think he's up there with the likes of David Fafita as the best edge forwards in the competition. So I think if South have got the money, I don't know if they do, but they should probably prioritise him over some other guys in their squad, and I would be willing to splash the cash on him. Yeah,
100% co-sign all of it.
But as a Dragons fan, let him hit the open market and see what Flano can do.
Let's just talk.
But I don't think if if we come around to November 1 in 6 or 8 weeks time and he's still on still available, hasn't re-signed with South, I think it'll be more than just the Raiders, Dragons and Roosters. I think there'll be at least half the teams in the NRL will be looking at Keaon Koloamatangi as a guy that they can build a forward pack around. He's an understated guy. He's not a big speaker, not a huge personality, but he's a leader within that South Sydney team, and he's a guy that, along with Cam Murray, could lead them for best part of the next decade. So I'm sure South Sydney will not want to lose him anytime soon.
Yeah, 100%. I could have him at Cronulla if you want. That'd be great.